So just when we thought that we were done with the deal and Microsoft won, they did win the case, but the FTC is like, well, we're just gonna appeal anyway because the judge don't know what she's talking about and she's wrong. So I said, here's Judge Corley says that the FTC heavily So Jim Ryan's testimony is unpersuasive, and the Microsoft Call of Duty deals for Nintendo Switch and cloud are perhaps bad for Sony, but good for Call of Duty gamers and future gamers. So this whole ordeal, they kept going into court, kept saying that, oh, this is good, this is bad for Sony, and the judge kept saying, we're not here about Sony, we are here about the consumers. You need to talk about how this is bad for consumers. So the FTC lost, and now they're butthurt and they're mad that they didn't get their way, and it's their fault. It's nobody else's fault but theirs. They should have came up with a harder testimony. So because that bad testimony said why Xbox fans are triggered and having complete meltdowns when anyone mentions the judge who ruled in favor of Microsoft Activision case has a son who literally works for Microsoft. This isn't a conspiracy, it's a fact. The crying just means it's going to get just going to keep getting mentioned. All right, now the funny part about this, what they don't say is that the judge had told them. That's why they know this is going on. The judge told him, it's like, hey, I have a son who's worked for Microsoft, is that going to be a problem for y'all? The FTC said no, it's not going to be a problem, it doesn't bother us. They was the one that picked that judge and wanted to be in California, while Microsoft said, we don't want that judge, we want to be in Washington. So once again, it is the FTC putting their own foot in their mouth and kicking themselves in the ass. This whole entire time they've been screwing themselves over with this. So now they're trying to say that, oh, she has a son and stuff like that, so she was going to favor for Microsoft anyway. And she told them before the trial even started, like, hey, my son works for Microsoft. Is that going to be an issue? FTC said, no, we chose y'all. We want y'all to do it. And we wanted the case to be here. We wanted the trial to be here. So that is on the FTC. This is just another, I'm crying because I lost and I'm trying to change the rules of the games. And I don't like it. I'm not going to take no for an answer. You're acting like a spoiled brat child that can't get their way. And this is exactly what's going on with Sony and the FTC. You lost. Get over it. Move on. And let Microsoft buy Activision. Like, this is not going to hurt you at all. This is all because you want to have Starfield, and you're mad because you couldn't have Starfield. You're mad because Microsoft bought out Bethesda, and some of the games that's going to be from Bethesda is going to be exclusive to Microsoft. It's the reason why y'all getting a damn attitude about this whole situation. Don't understand why y'all are acting like this, why y'all acting like such big babies about the whole damn thing. It makes no. Here's another. The FTC is disappointed in this outcome given the clear threat of this merger posing open competition in cloud gaming. Subscription service and console, said agency spokesperson Douglas whatever. In the coming days, we'll be announcing our next step, continue our fight to preserve competition and protect the consumers. You're not trying to protect the consumer, you're trying to protect yourself. Once again, it's all about you. It's not about the consumers at all. Because if it was about the consumers, then your exclusive deal that you have with Call of Duty wouldn't be there. Your exclusive deal that you have with everybody else wouldn't be there. Call of Duty not being on Nintendo Switch wouldn't be there. So this whole ordeal that you're trying to say is to protect y'all and y'all pockets. Y'all want your fans, which I don't understand why, like, Sony fans are like not cheering for Microsoft to win, because Sony is in this whole ordeal like, we want to keep it exactly how it's been. We don't want it to change. We want them to keep being stupid and keep paying for money. We don't want to give them our first party on our subscription based thing that we have, whatever the hell they call PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus, whatever it's called. Sony don't want to do that, but Microsoft does. You would think that Sony fans will be on it, like, well, this will force them to do stuff and actually help us. No, Sony fans are more ignorant to the fact that they just want Microsoft to lose. They don't care. Like, it gets to a point to where, like, to us, I guess the older generation or the people who just don't give a shit about the console wars, we're like, how this gonna affect my pockets and me? You know? We're not worried about what company is going to win. We're like, who's going to do better and do right by me? Not because I love a company and I want the other company to lose. No. If Microsoft gets this, it's for Sony to step their game up and have a service where y'all can get Call of Duty and not Call of Duty, God of War, Spider-Man, all that day one. Y'all not getting that right now. And you would think that y'all would want this to happen, but y'all don't. Y'all just want Microsoft to lose, and y'all being big titty babies. So at the end of the day, man, this deal is gonna go through. They're gonna take another judge that they're gonna choose again. Once again, Microsoft's like, we don't want this judge, and they were like, well, the FTC like, well, we want this judge. We want this judge in California. We understand y'all want to go to Washington, but we want this judge in California. And they was like, okay, fine, we'll go to the judge in California. They chose that same judge and lost. Now, it's possible that they were like, we're going to choose her so that way we know we don't have a case. All right? Let's think about it, because they're sneaky SOBs. Because once again, this is about them. That's like, how can we get this to work in our favor? We're going to lose, right? We're going to lose the case. But the thing is, though, if we can make them wait to after a certain date, then Microsoft would just give up, or Activision would give up and let somebody else buy it, or we can buy it. Maybe that's what it is, because they have till Friday to appeal it, and then if it goes to court again, then we have to we have to do this whole thing all over again just for them to be dumb in court again and look stupid and lose again. So this is totally their fault. You messed up, right? You messed up, and it's your fault, FTC and Microsoft. And then you call Microsoft to be like, hey, we want to we want to talk about the deal, blah blah whatever, and stuff like that after the case. Now, what I heard was, if they decide to change the structure of the deal, then they could say, oh, they changed the structure of the deal and stuff like that. There's something wrong with it. We need to appeal it and whatnot. It's never going to. Now, it may just get to the point to where Microsoft just may get frustrated and say, you know what? There just won't be no Call of Duty in the UK. It will be everywhere else, but not the UK. And so because of that, then that may just turn around where the fans get mad and stuff like that, and then FTC may actually be like, all right, we'll stop. We'll just give them the games and whatnot, because not only Microsoft's gonna get punished, Sony, you're getting punished too. So I understand from Jim Ryan's point what he was trying to do. He was trying to hold it as leverage so that way he can get Starfield and all the other games, right? The FTC is just being flat out dingleberries about the whole situation, and they clearly lost yesterday, but now they don't want to give up the win. They want to keep holding on and on and on, and like, I guess it fits today's society, because today nobody can take the fact that they lost, that nobody wants you or anything. Bunch of softies, and the FTC is being a bunch of crybaby softies as well. Just stop. You lost. If Microsoft would have lost, no Xbox fans would be whining and crying about it. And it's just like, well, shit, it sucks that they lost, but oh well, they lost. Get over it. Move on. You can't get it? Cool. But the judge clearly says that, hey, I'm letting you know, even though you chose me, I'm letting you know my son works. And the crazy part is, her son don't even work for the gaming department. He's nowhere near the department. Microsoft is a big studio. It's not just about games. So he don't even work in that department. So it's crazy. She told them, and they still chose her. And now they're mad because she was like, y'all being dumb, and I'm letting them, I'm proving this deal. So let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all stay blessed. This is getting ridiculous, bro. They need to stop. Seriously need to stop.